Beauty school dropout, beauty school dropout. No graduation. Is that the line? No graduation day. Something like that. Today, we're going to be talking about
college.
Yay!
Girls
going wild. I guess we'll start off talking about, like, what led us to college.
What led us to college? America.
Well, yes, you know.
Forcing it down our throats.
I went to community college for a couple years, but while I was in community college, I moved to Philly with my friends, and it was a lot of fun. And so I had, like, a different college experience for a couple years, and all of my friends went to UArts, which leads to this.
Yeah, I went to UArts. I was not planning on going to UArts. I thought I was going to go to Berkeley and, like, have that full music experience and be that vocal god or whatever. But UArts gave me that nice that scholarship. That money was cute. So I was like...
Full ride!
Don't embarrass me. I was, I think, a sophomore when I met Lo. Because Lo was friends with... one of our friends in a vocal major named Frankie, and like, hey Frankie. So they would hang out all the time, and like I barely knew Lo. And let's keep it real, when me and Lo first met, we did not like each other. We were like not friendly to each other at all.
He's leaving out an important part. We were basically living in the same house together on South Street.
I mean, like, if you've been in college, you already know what it's like. If you have a roommate that you, like, aren't super friendly with, you're just there with them. Yeah. And that's how we were for a bit.
Somehow along the way, we just, like, started...
Well, we started hanging out outside of the house because in the house we were so...
hot. It was a hot summer.
It was a hot summer. We were too busy. Like,
trying to stay cool.
Yeah, I was trying to suck a dick.
That too. We were all busy. I don't know.
You were, like... going out and partying with Ryan Bachelor.
Shout out Ryan Bachelor!
Like, I had a lot of fun in college. I tried to make it as much of I'll say for most queer people, I think college is your high school. Because I didn't get the high school experience. I was like a big weirdo. It was just like, it was... I didn't smoke a wacky tobacco and I didn't drink until I was... almost 19. I was like, I was in college, I still didn't do it. I was
work.
I was nervous. No stereotypes! I know I'm black! Are you gonna tell them what you went to school for while you were there?
So I did community college for like 2 years, and then I transferred to Drexel, and then I studied communication and concentrated in journalism.
Oh, she has a degree. Ooh. Crown it.
Like, I didn't make really any friends there, because I wasn't living on campus, and like everyone had been like going there since they were freshmen, so they had all their college friends and their frat houses and all that, so I just like still was just friends with like you and like people that went to a different school. So I had a very just like all over the place college experience.
What was your favorite part about college?
I got one. Okay. My favorite aspect of like college, like in the classroom, is like, I always go back to this, I'm sorry, I love crapping on conservatives. Like there'd always be like that one like conservative white dude or like white girl in like your classes who like, you know, wouldn't really speak up, or like, no, that's not true. They would speak up, and everyone would just be like, oh, girl. What are you gonna do? I mean, you could go to the Wall Street Journal, whatever, have a good career. God bless. Let's take a moment to acknowledge our gorgeous wigs.
Oh yeah, we're serving right now, and there's nothing you can tell us. I'm the one and only white woman.
And I am the other white woman. And I'm also wearing my watercolor hat today!
Oh yeah, the first one I've ever made. The first piece of custom merch.
He took a little MAGA inspiration today, you know.
It's not even inspiration. I am her today, you know? Build that wall. That's also what I say about my emotions.
Alright, so back to college. Well, what's a standout moment for you, like, during your college years?
Standout moment for me was my senior recital.
I knew you were gonna go there!
Well, I was supposed to have my senior recital on April 1st, April Fool's Day, and literally it just never happened. I was talking all 4 years about my senior recital. I was like, this is gonna be it. This is gonna be the tea. Oh, you wanna see dancing? I'm gonna be backflipping, singing. I'm gonna have a harness.
Yeah, you had songs picked out. What was the song I suggested?
Long Way to Go.
Long Way to Go by, oh my god, by Gwen Stefani featuring Andre 3000. But, yeah, no, and also college is interesting because of, like, the friends you make and then lose.
As soon as I got to college, it was like, all friends. Immediately.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, oh my god, people like me for me, and they aren't being, like, weird and mean, and, like, using me for their own personal agendas. Like,
I feel like in college, like, when you first get there, everyone's friends. Like,
Yes.
everyone's friends, because everyone just wants to have fun and party and whatever. But then it's like, as the years, like, go on, like, by the time you're a junior, senior, it's like, oh, 3/4, maybe even, I don't even know the percentage, like 90%.
Yeah.
90%. 90% of the people that you, like, hung out with or, like, whatever, like, are not your real friends. Like, and then you're like, oh. And then all of a sudden this, like, weeding out process starts, and you have to, like, basically heal and, like, realize who is real in your life and, like, who's just there for the party.
You also have to accept that you changed. Like, in college, you just naturally changed. You realize everybody can't be around you all the time. There's, like, I had a big group of friends, and, like, it came to a point where I was, like, I can't be around you guys, and, like, we aren't beneficial to each other, so we have to, like, mutually decide to not do this. Like, we're all just, like, trying to figure out ourselves and, like, not hurt each other, but we end up doing it anyway because we're hurt people, and that's what hurt people do. Like,
yeah, and then on top of it, you have schoolwork. People just need to acknowledge that, like, post-college, like, people are different, and that's okay, and it's usually a good thing. You know, after, like, the weeding out process, like, if you run into someone that you used to be friends with, and, like, you just have to, like, acknowledge if they've, like, changed, and, like, if they're, like, a better person, then, like, that's great, and, like, you can kind of be acquaintances again, you know?
Yeah, you have to see each other.
We see each other. You learn a lot about yourself in those college years, because 18 to 24, those are those years, man. Like, those are the years where
shapes you.
You go through all of the motions. Once you, like, get over that, like, 24 hump, then it's like, okay.
Like, 24 is when I just started breathing again. I was like,
yeah.
okay, I'm here. I'm alive. Which also leads me to the fact that college is a scam.
Biggest
scam.
scam.
Payola. A bunch of full nonsense. Have you seen these kids on YouTube? They have brands already. They already know what they're doing, and they learned it all on YouTube. They're not going to college.
Like, in certain fields, if your resume has more work experience and no college degree, and someone else has a college degree and no work experience, the work experience person is getting the job.
My resume has given me a lot of opportunity to work in a lot of places, and it's definitely because of my work experience. And, like, I've beat out people that have college degrees, like, several times.
Exactly. So it's like...
By the way, I dropped out.
Let's do some scales.
Come on, Ariana. What was the biggest lesson you learned from college?
I feel like what I learned most was, like, oh, wow, like, I need to mature because, like, I'm acting like a child. True. How about you?
What I learned was how to share myself with me. I would live for other people. You know, I would bend over backwards just to make people, like, smile, because that's just who I am. Like,
you're very that.
It's the Leo in me. I can't help myself. Like, I'm just I'm a people person.
Digging up a hole.
Digging what?
Digging up a hole. Yeah. Find the note.
Find the note.
Also, I've been wanting to say this to our viewers. What? If you can clock our references, please, like, do it. You're one of us.
Clock the phrase.
Yeah, if you can, like, if you know our references, you're one of us, and you need to be, like, subscribing and, you know, chatting with us on the Twitter or on the comments and YouTube, wherever you want. We're here to talk. We need friends.
Yeah. We like friends. Friends are cute.
They're cute. I just want to talk about my look for a second. I don't mean to
dive in. You look cute today.
This wig with this hat and this lip.
No, you're giving me a mint suede pink fantasy, and I'm here for it. Oh, yes. Give me the future. Serve. Yes, mama. Cut. Yeah. All right.
Do you want to wrap it up?
I think one of the big takeaways from this episode is that college is about finding yourself. And if you go to college, you should definitely do what you know is what you're going to take with you for the rest of your life. And whether you graduate or not, you make sure you learn something. Because if you're going to pay all that money, you better make sure you got a way to make it back. Well, I think we're going to wrap it up. We had a lot of fun talking about college and talking about our friends. And shout out to Frankie and shout out to Ryan Bachelor. Well, we'll see you next time. I'm Sam Marquise.
And I'm Dakota Johnson's wig in Suspiria. Have a great one. Subscribe. It was a great wig.
It was a really good wig.
And that's a wrap.
Wig.